Hello to you, oh my Brethrandil and Mithrandil. So I just came back from the gym, came out of the gym. I did my back workout today. So it was a pretty good workout because I ran 1 mile first at 6 minutes and 57 seconds. I finished 1 mile in 6 minutes 57 seconds, which is great because this is the first time after a long time that I've gone below 7 minutes. So 6 minutes and 57 seconds, yes. And after that I have now so today, what's new for today, I bought this camera tripod, phone tripod. So I was able to take a lot of different angled pictures today in the gym. It's a pretty huge stand, so I'm still using the same stand for my videos, and it feels much better to take. I can adjust so many different heights. So what's the good news for today? The good news for today is that I have already got my contract, which means that my references have been somehow settled for the first job at Reading. So which means for the job at Reading, maybe they have contacted the HR and the HR has probably given the reference to the company. So I think she has been nice to me, so she has probably given the reference to me already. And I think my manager has my line manager has probably not given the reference, or I don't know what's happened, because I've given both their emails, and I think that the the HR manager has given it to me because she sent me an email asking whether I have signed some settlement which was sent to me. The settlement was about my, like, the payment that I'll get for the end of my contract or something. So it's for the redundancy. So yes, now if I just sign that, I'm already ready to go to Reading, but I'm still waiting for the offer letter from the Oxford job. So I'll see what's in the offer letter, and then I have to decide whether I should sign the offer letter for Reading or Oxford, because Oxford still has to contact my referees and again get references. So maybe Oxford will take Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, or maybe the whole week. Whereas Reading, I can just immediately submit on Monday and I can already start preparing to pack up my bags and leave for Reading and move to a new place in Reading. But the thing is, I've been looking up some jobs in I've been looking up at some jobs in sorry not jobs I've been looking up at the reviews about the job in Reading on Glassdoor. Glassdoor is a famous company where you get all the reviews about all the famous software companies or all the companies that exist. So people leave the reviews about how they felt when they got the job, or there are reviews about interviews, there are reviews about and I already checked the reviews for Preservica, I mean the job at Oxford, for interviews, and I saw some bad reviews about the interview process for the Oxford job. But for the interview process for the Reading job, it was pretty good. The interview process was very good and smooth as far as I know. So based just on the interview process, I can see that the interview process for Reading job was pretty good, and it was very smooth and they helped me a lot. And with the Oxford one, it was not so bad. It was pretty good as well, very smooth, but it was nothing like what they said in the, because someone in Glassdoor said that for the interview for the Oxford job, they just make him go through all the rounds of interviews and then said goodbye, no job. And so he was really pissed off for all the effort that he had put in. And After that, I went to sorry. I had a look at some of the videos of the CEO of the job in Reading. It was quite interesting. The guy had made some videos about video games or casino games on YouTube, and he had given a talk in a conference in Spain sometime 5 years ago, and he was talking about all the software concepts like continuous delivery and all those things, and how he converted his big gaming software platform into from a monolith to breaking down it to smaller pieces using microservices and changed it into front end and back end and everything. So he split it up into smaller pieces and then decided to go continuous delivery, like every day keep making new changes and easy to add new changes to that. So it was interesting to watch watch his talk on that. So he has four different branches for his work. One is crypto, or one is I think he also has fintech trading platforms, or maybe yeah, and casino games, sports betting. So they've got 4 or 5 different branches, and all those, and he has he has been an entrepreneur for almost 20 years, so he has been doing a lot of this stuff. It's very cool. And now I think they are probably they make a huge turnover of, like, I think I saw on the internet that his turnover was around 50 million or something, maybe, yeah, maybe 100 million turnover for a company, and the company has around 800 people. So if I join the company, it would be the biggest company I would join, because so far the companies I worked for in the UK are usually, the current one I am in is 100 people, 150 people. The one in Oxford is around 200 people, less than 200, yeah. And the one in, and all the universities that I work for, usually I worked in universities, a lot of universities, and universities have huge number of people. So I wouldn't consider that as a real company, because a university is more like it's like a village, and nobody cares what happens to anyone. People come in, students come in and start paying their fees, so everything is taken care of for the people who work there. So the actual number of people who work there is probably like maybe around 1,000, and the population of students would be around 5,000 to 10,000. So universities are not really like companies; they are different. And the lecturers basically are like quite lazy people who just not lazy, but they don't have to worry so much. I mean, they have to worry about their salaries, but it's not like it's not like a company where you have to deliver results immediately and start making money for the company or something like that. But in the universities, it's more like a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan, where you have some goals and some research. You have to do research in universities, and there's no real product that you come up with immediately. Maybe it's different in engineering, but in science it's more about research and bringing out different products. So after that, what else is the good news? Yeah, so right now basically it means I can sign, and I can basically start making money. Once I go to, in 20 days I'll have a new job, and I can start making money from next week, and I don't have to worry about, not next week, next month, and I don't have to worry about finding a new job for at least maybe 3 months, the next 3 months, because 3 months is the probation period, and the probation period, usually you don't really get fired in a probation period. It doesn't really happen that way. So I would say, if I pass, I mean, I could pass the probation period very easily. I've been through many probation periods in different companies or things like that. So, and hoping that they don't really fuck people up in probation periods. I will probably at least last a year in that company. But the problem is, I am thinking that I have to go there and be in person in the office at least 3 times a week. And so far, the job that I worked in now is only I don't even have to go anywhere. I just have to sit in my chair in my room, and I have to just yeah, it's remote work, so I don't really have to meet any people, and that was the best part of this, because meeting people and doing all the politics and all the competition and psychological torture is one of the main reasons I think I would prefer remote job, because in a real in-person office setting you can easily get, I tend to get harassed easily, not harassed, but I can't deal with a lot of people having serious mental illness or like aggression problems or behaving weirdly. Like I had that problem in several workplace scenarios. So over the last 10 years, usually if there is a woman like from, let's say, if it's more like a cultural issue sometimes. For example, I've worked with Chinese people. They tend to have a kind of a vengeance against Indians sometimes. And there's usually this race dynamics going on in workplaces. So the Chinese and the Indians, when I was in Singapore, I had that issue. When the population of the Indians gets low, like the head count, it all depends on the head count. So if there was more like a Chinese versus Indian gangs in that place, and usually in the UK or in the West, it would be more like the whites versus the non-whites, or whites versus the, yeah, that's what's happening in the UK right now, which is anyone who is English and anyone who is foreigner, English versus foreigners, or people born in England versus people not born in England, simple as that. That is immigrant versus residents or the citizens. So that's the dynamic which goes on in the office in the UK. So if you let's say, and it's much worse if you are like the only black person in the office, then that gets even worse. Like your expectations will be high, and I don't know, if you're already set to fail in that kind of situation most of the times, and of course they'll have some system to protect them, like there is some law against like there are these things called protected groups. So the Asians, like Pakistanis and Indians, and the blacks, and like the what they call, yeah, the BAME group, blacks and Asians, minority ethnic groups, they have some kind of protection in the workplace, or maybe that's in a government offices, but not in maybe not in the private companies. But I do think that if there is no protection, they will easily basically chop you up immediately. They will chop you up and eat you like cannibals, because it's very simple. You will not last an hour in this country if you are an immigrant, and you are the only immigrant and the rest of them are all whites, then white British, then you have zero chance. You will be basically gone in one day. They will start picking on you like every 5 minutes, and they will have some kind of dirty looks, and it's more like a group mentality. So you will end up like it's more like the school, the school playground. People will pick on you every day, like for your hair or for the way you look, or for the why you are wearing a jacket, why you are wearing like what are you wearing, and like things like that. Like, why are you wearing a jacket? It's so hot today. Why are you wearing a winter jacket? Why are you wearing this jacket? Why do you have body odor? Why do you have this, that? And so picking on you for little things, gaslighting, usually the women trying to flirt with you for no reason, or being aggressive for no reason, starting to harass you for no reason. So these are major problems in the workplace, and you will not face those problems if you are like the native of the country and you are one of the population, one among the population, and if you're lucky, then you don't have to face all the gang treatment that you get for the minorities. So and if you still manage to pass that test of race, then there will be other issue of male versus female, things like that. There will be soon sexism will come up. Then age will come up, like young versus old. Then the most major one which affects most people is this, affects me at least, is married versus single. That's like the worst kind of treatment people give you, and that is something nobody has the answer for. Like even today, like if you are single, then you are dead basically. So there is a certain age until which you can escape that treatment, maybe until you're 30, but once you get older, like after 40 and you are still single, then you are falling into two different victim groups, which is older group and also the non-married group. So you are single and old, which means, and also if you are, sometimes if you don't display that you have enough money or you don't have a car or something like that, then they will think that you are broke. And there's also some laws that which say that you cannot be bankrupt. If you are bankrupt, you will not get your job. So simple as that. You have to have some financial stability in your life, because apparently it's for some reason they just people, that's why people buy houses, so that they can show it to the put their photos on company emails or things like that, to show that they have a dog, they have a children, and they have a house, and they have mortgages to pay. And so they do all these kind of things where maybe it's kind of a show of power and wealth, and it is required if you want to get promotions at work. So first sign of power is that you have a wife or a husband, which means you have the ability to display like your sexual power in your bedroom, which is translated to power in the office, in the meeting room. So if you are strong and powerful in bed, it means you are strong and powerful in the meeting room. So that is something which is universally accepted in all cultures. And if you manage to have had a wife for many years, obviously it means you have the control of another human being, and so you can control and manage other people. Or if you have children, then you know how to make them, how to nourish them, and how to take care of them, which means you are not going to cause damage to other people, so people will trust you more. So that's why married people are considered better people, because they help other people grow or help other people and never go into the mean, like a serial killer or psychopathic mode. But that's very debatable. A lot of people can become extra psychopathic even if they are married, because you can keep your family for yourself and then treat the rest of the world like a rubbish bin. So that's a major problem with going to office for me. I don't know if I can really do that, but from the way I looked at it, I think the office is quite lively. There's a lot of younger people, but that's my major concern right now, whether how long will I last in that office, where there's like really young ladies, and they will it's only a matter of time until they start treating me like some kind of creep, or maybe um, even the opposite is also a major problem for me. They might treat me like a complete creep and loser who is old, or because I don't have a wife or I don't have a family, so they might treat me like a creep and complete loser. And the other opposite is where they will treat me like they'll treat me like I'm the most eligible bachelor, and they will start some kind of fight for because I'm single. So usually in this country they seem to have like a highly flirtatious attitude towards single men, and that causes a lot of damage to the single man, because all the men around who are married, they will immediately get alarmed, and they will start to plot against the man, and they will target him, and the man will be gone in no time. So as soon as the single women start flirting with the single man in the office, or not even flirting, just speaking is enough, like just not even saying anything, like just smiling, or you don't even have to flirt. Sometimes you're just there and you are already threat. So you're a single man, that's a single woman, that's a single woman. So all the married men immediately look at you like you're a they start acting like they're like a Ku Klux Klan. So they will think you are some kind of a black man in the 1800s who has entered into a white village or something like that. So yeah, so that's then they will start their lynching process. So that's how I end up getting kicked out of the office very quickly. So it could end up in any way, because I need to it could end up either way. So what I need to really understand is how to defend myself against a lynching by these Ku Klux Klan members. And the second thing is how to defend myself against all the women who act like they're gone wild or psychopathic. So that's another issue. Sometimes the women become extremely, like sometimes the Chinese women had an issue with me. Sometimes there was a Japanese girl when I was in Cambridge, and she was really pissed off every day when she looked at me, and she was extremely bossy and harassed me every day. And I used to come back home every day completely pissed off and completely unable to deal with her. There have been so many days where I had to tolerate so much from her. It's like this, they have so much inner anger and pain, the Asian women, especially the Japanese or Chinese who are living in the UK. Sometimes even the black women also have this problem in the office. They have some emotional problems which they want to project onto other people, and usually they find a target. Like for example, I was a target for this Japanese girl. Every day she used to bully me in the office. I had no choice, I couldn't do anything. So the bullying went on and on and on, and basically it basically destroyed my career. First of all, not destroyed, but I mean, I had no choice. I had no chance of ever getting anywhere in that workplace. I was basically like a donkey, getting bullied every day. And if I said something, then my boss, who was also a lady, who would take the side of the other lady. So that's the problem with the lady victimization, like the lady victim kind of attack. Like the women all come together and start acting like I am a threat to them, and then they will start like the worst attacks. So that's the other possibility. So if the men all come together, then they can kick me out like I am some kind of rapist or something like that. And if the women all come together, again they will start acting like I'm a serial killer or something like that. So that's another problem. So That's how the psychology works in a gang, like in an office. The office is more or less kind of a gang. So if you are not used to being in a group of people, so you need to somehow gel with someone in the office and get to know them at a more deeper level, such that you will be safe. And from all the reviews that I read about this company, I saw that they had so many complaints against the management. Apparently, the management is actually kicking out people like crazy. Like sometimes they play some stupid politics in the office, and then that's what I read from the reviews about this Reading company. And most of them are from the COVID time. I think the COVID time people were very happy being in the remote jobs, and as soon as COVID was finished, they started to call them back to the office, and then they started to kick people out if they didn't come back to the office. And I think that's when they have all these negative reviews, because I saw them they are all mostly in 2022 and 2023. So all the negative reviews are from that time. And 2024, I don't know, I didn't see many reviews. Like recently I saw some reviews about the company, and they said I'm still working for this company and I'm enjoying it. But yeah, so major problem is working in an office. I still don't know whether I want to do that ever again, because I got a taste of working remotely, and it kind of made me very happy deep inside. I could sit at home and learn anything I wanted, and even if I'm at work, even if I'm working, even if I don't know anything about something, some subject or something at work, I can immediately learn that on the same day, or I can learn as I go. But if I have to work in an office and I don't know something, then people will start picking on you for not knowing that. But when you're working at home, even if you don't know anything, you can immediately learn that and start picking up the concepts and start working on the concepts, and you can get experience as you start to learn that's how I actually learned so many things when I was at this remote working job. So my current job, you can learn a lot of things in the remote job, and there is no fear from people being people trying to pick on you for not knowing something, because you never get to know, you never see them in person. But there's a lot of people who enjoy trying to act like you are a stupid guy, and I saw that in the interview some of the people were bullying me, like oh, why did you click on this, why did you click on that, and things like that, like trying to make you feel like you're a small child, or some you don't know anything about anything at all, and act like you were born yesterday. So that's something that the people do as a normal part of society. Like if two people come together, then one of them will act dominant. So simple as that. And some people have this disease of wanting to be dominant in all situations. There's no situation where they can ever be the underdog. So they will always have to be dominant. So in that case, there will be a hierarchy formed, and there's a very strong hierarchy culture in this new workplace. And I know that, and I don't know how to protect myself if I go into that kind of environment. The only protection I have is my 5 years of experience, and even with that, they can make me feel like shit. So imagine if there's a lot of things I'll have to learn there, and if they keep treating me like I'm a trainee for the next 2 years or next whole year without giving me anything to do, and then they say your performance was not good at all. So that will be a big disaster, and I'll have to be prepared for that kind of situation. And if there's no structure to the workplace, and people are constantly trying to pull you down, or like picking on you, then hopefully, I mean, it's a software industry, so people will have to be focusing on their own computer screens, and hopefully they don't have to come and go and focus on a lot of other people. But from the reviews I saw that they actually, there's a lot of gossiping going on in the company. The culture is such that they talk a lot of shit about others, and some kind of secrets, there's some kind of secrets everywhere, as it seems like nobody knows where the company is going or something like. There's some lot of secrets about the gambling industry, or like the management is misleading the people or something like that. So that I get that kind of vibe. And I mean, yeah, it's gambling. It's not really a secret. There's nothing, no secret about it. Yes, some people are going to lose all their money to gambling, and that's their choice. But at the end of the day, jackpot is it's just a casino game. So if you enjoy the game, some people enjoy it. Some people lose millions and then they go and shoot people. But you can't stop it. It's just like the. I mean, it's just like the, games. It's like just like video games. People who spend all their lives playing video games, and gambling is just another video game where you just put money into it. That's it. But from all the reviews, I see that from my study of the company, I feel like I do want to learn how video games work, and how the gaming industry works, and how the fintech platforms, how because I think the tech stack is really cool for this one. They are doing Kubernetes and AWS and Docker and all the most coolest technology, and they're using Jenkins, and yeah, there's a lot of really good technology they are using, and Java as well. So I would say it's pretty good for me to learn a lot of things, and also to work in an environment where you're delivering software where there's a lot of demand. For me, it's more like the company. For me, it's just that there's work, and as long as I have work to do, I'm happy with that. So that's simple as that. And okay, if they want to kick me out, then fine, I'll find another job. But I hope that it's not like in 3 months, because I've already spent almost 3 months trying to find this job, and I'm really sick of applying, because I right now I applied to almost 700 jobs, and now I got these two jobs. Out of 700, I got two jobs which are the salary range that I requested. So maybe, yeah, if I had requested a much lower salary, then they would I could have probably found at least 10 to 15 jobs. But as you go up in the salary salary demand, people will start dropping your CV like crazy. So they will not give a shit about you if you demand a lot more. But somehow these people are probably making a lot of money, and that's why they are investing in me. So these two companies where I've got this job, they are actually making a lot of money. The other company in Oxford, just in the last year, 2023, I think they made almost 100 million or something in revenue, and it's just amazing. I just saw some news article in the internet. They made 100 million in revenue just by creating digital digital technology to preserve data, or to keep data safe, or things like that. Like some museums are using this technology to keep their data and to keep their digital assets safe. So they've already made 100 million from 2023. So that's pretty impressive. So when they're making so much money, they can afford to give me at least something which I can pay my bills comfortably with. So yeah, so now what I need to do is wait for Monday and see which job I should take, and not end up getting fucked up again. Um, or I could sign both of the contracts, and on the last day I can decide whether to go here or go there, and that would be pretty bad. For in terms of my behavior, it would be very bad. They would probably, if they want to sue me, maybe they will take a step to create problems for me. But I don't know. I would prefer not to sign both the contracts, but at the moment I think I'll have to say no to one of them, and that's the sad part, because I like both of the companies, and but I do prefer working remotely, which is what the Oxford job is. Remote work is probably the best way to work, and I thought I would be working remotely for the rest of my life. But let's see. I don't know how far the. Oh, I have to decide very fast now, because the joining date for Reading is 22nd, and the joining date for Oxford is 29th or something, and it's my room rent, my room notice is 24th. I've given 24th as the date on which I'll be leaving the house, and so yeah, that's it from me for today. Another good news for today is that I learned Rust language for 1 more hour, and today again it was a bit confusing topic on lifetimes in Rust. Lifetime is when you decide how much time some object or some variable will stay inside a method. So that's more like memory management in Rust. So lifetime is a pretty shitty topic, and I've been learning that for the last 2 hours, I think. So I think I've got 1 more hour left, and that's it. My Rust course will be finished. The Rust course from Free Code Camp will be finished, and I can start building some applications in Rust, hopefully, or I can start learning some other language. I don't know if I'll actually want to learn Rust like on a full-on hardcore kind of way, because as far as I know, there's no real. It's not a very mature network as this mature framework. Like, there are no mature frameworks for building Rust applications. So people are using simple IDEs like IntelliJ and Visual Studio for building Rust applications, and it's so new that there is not really much going on there in the framework scenario. So but the thing is that you can build anything in Rust. You can build all the softwares that you can build in C or C++ in Rust, and that is the coolest part about Rust. And I saw that there's some really cool features in Rust, like async await, like in JavaScript, and the usual C program, the C memory management, which is taken care of very well in Rust. And there's no garbage collector there, which is why Rust is extremely fast compared to Java. And Rust is performance is the key thing for today's platforms, today's applications, today's software. People want really fast, super fast applications and programs. So I will have to learn some language which is faster than Java, which is what I work on most of the time. I need to learn something which is faster than Python, which I've been also working on for a long time. So C++ is very difficult to learn for me right now, so I thought Rust would be a better idea, because it's the new thing which is supposed to be replacing C++ and C and Python. So if I can get into Rust programming, maybe in the future, I could probably get much more salary in terms of salary. So as a Rust programmer, I can make shitload of money, much more than what I'm doing now. because Java is like very popular, and there's a lot of millions of people who are learning doing Java. So with that, what else is there for tomorrow? What I'm going to do tomorrow, I'll finish one more hour of Rust, and that's it. I'll finish my Rust course. And what should I do next? Maybe build a Rust application, or I can also build some Python application, which I had some shower thoughts today. I could build some Python application and put it on my free Python website, which is pythonanywhere.com, where I've got a free website. You can easily host any application on that, so I can put that on my portfolio for the future. I think what I'll do now is, from now onwards, I'll build really cool applications and either try to make money from them directly as a side business or a side hustle, or I can put them on they should be so cool that I can put them on my portfolio. So I'll stop making really shitty applications which I put for my portfolio in the past, like simple JavaScript applications, like jokes websites and quiz websites and things like that. And I made a webcam, like webcam, peer-to-peer webcam conversation, like a Zoom, something like that, which I had done in my current portfolio. Or simple API, getting some API. I don't want to do any simple things like that. I had enough practice of building websites, building applications so far, and so far I built really complicated applications. So now I have to build challenging apps which I can make money from. And one thing I was thinking was about the Python application, which I can put it on pythonanywhere.com. And I want to make a simple website where I can just analyze people's faces and put them on the website. And if you analyze I think a lot of people would want something like that. Like, it tells you the shape of your face, and then the cheekbones, and then it tells you the quality of your skin. Then also tells you the lips, type of your lips, and things like that. Like and it also tells you like the length of your face to the breadth, length to area, and area of the triangle of this to the whole face, things like that. So many analysis features, which is not very scientific. It's just very random from my side. I wanted to do it personally, so I thought I would do it. But usually these things kind of change if you change the angle of your face. Like my face like this will show different values if I put my head down like that. It will show different areas and things like that. So it's not very good. So far I can say it's not that great. So maybe I have to come up with a system which will make corrections for all those things by taking two different angles of photos, or not two different angles, but two different pictures from which you can project, so that you can make some conclusions about what is the actual three-dimensional coordinates, instead of just looking at the 2D with one picture. So that's something I have to get now. Okay, so that's one idea. And what can I build in Rust? I don't even know what I can build in Rust. So I'll have to look up some examples. Apart from that, I have nothing else to say right now. I have to go, and now I will go back. And I was pretty irritated when I came out of the gym today, when there was the whole parking lot is empty, and there's a black guy who just parked right in next to me. As soon as I came out of the gym, this guy brought his black car, and then the black guy actually kept his car right next to my car, and then he Also, there next to him there was a blonde girl, like super hot blonde girl, who went out and tried to she bought some things from the shop there. So it's a very suspicious kind of people. Like sometimes they come in the parking lot right when I'm coming out with the gym, or when like why do they do it exactly when I'm doing this or that? Like even in the gym there was some lady who came and talked to me in the gym, like are you taking a picture of on that side or this side? Like I was making my videos on in the gym, and she was asking me, are you making the videos on this side or that side? So yeah, so it's very suspicious. Like these people are not as they are not as casual as you think they might be. Sometimes there's a lot of gang activity going on in this part of the country. Usually up north is much worse, but I know that there's a lot of gang activity going on here, and a lot of spying. People are watching. Um, the police was actually there the other day when I came to the gym. The police was there when I came to the gym. Then when I came here in the parking lot a bit away from the gym, again the police came and stopped right where I was in on another angle. And when I went home, there was a police car. The same police car was standing right outside my home. So it's three spots where the police is watching me, which is unbelievable. And like they can't do anything they want. Like they are racist as fuck, like the people here. So, and now today when I came to the parking lot, the black guy came right next to me. So there's some kind of and also in the gym there was a lady who started talking to me, and then afterwards she started bringing her boyfriend afterwards. Like I thought she was trying to flirt with me or something like that, but then later on she brought some guy who was obviously her boyfriend, and then she was starting to talk to that guy. So then I realized, okay, something, they're trying to convey a message to me or something, like, oh, they are not racist, they are friendly or something like that. And it's happening in like all these combined ways, like this black guy in the parking lot, then that kind of chubby lady in the gym with her boyfriend. And it's very irritating. Like for me, I get very very angry when this happens, and I have to say, like, I'm tired of this shit. And that's the reason I don't give a shit about these people. I don't even look at anyone in the gym. And like there's no way to even mind your own business in this country. Like you're always being watched and people are spying on you. Like even now I know that this is a completely empty parking lot, there's nothing here, but there's a 100% chance that there's a camera or something, or someone listening to me somewhere. And there's some cars over there where they can put some audio devices which can amplify your sounds and catch all the things that you're or talking about. So yeah, this country is not as simple as you think. Like I mean, their spying activity is like the best in the whole world, I would say. Like the amount of spying they do on the people, like, is unbelievable. Like you know that UK has the most number of cameras per 100 meters or something, like. So like per kilometer you have like 13 cameras or something. So everyone is being covered all the time. And obviously it's only because the people are very dangerous. They are very smart and also very dangerous, and they also like to gaslight. And they are a bit they are not right in the head. They are a bit like naughty as well. Like they like to set things on fire, damage things. And there's a lot of people who are like very much into arson and burning things. And if possible, there's a lot of gangs out there who want to kill people. So it's just they're just not very, they're very mischievous, and they might smile, they might be smiley and be nice to you. Sometimes they act like they're nice to you, but there's yeah, you have to be very very careful, and try very hard to separate yourself from this kind of shit, because they are watching you all the time. I mean, I'm not schizophrenic or something. I'm not paranoid. I'm just telling you what is the best policy to survive in this kind of, it's almost like barbarian kind of society, but it's not barbarian, but what I'm saying is it's like they treat everyone like they are some kind of animal which has a potential to cause damage. So it's like in prison, like they know that some prisoners are who are in solitary confinement. If you bring them out, you need at least 10 or 20 people to protect yourself from these kind of people. So they have at least 5 policemen surrounding those kind of people, and even sometimes those 5 people will not be enough, because they will, as soon as they come out of the solitary confinement, they will start hitting everyone, and they will even end up killing some people. So I'm not used to this kind of environments. I come from Asia, like India, where people are not that dangerous. Like people are generally, they don't really do these knockout kind of things. Like people don't do knockouts in if people get very very angry, they will kill someone in our country. Like there'll be a dispute on land, and they'll kill their brother or kill someone if there's a dispute on about land. But yeah, so in this country, it's like there are some prisoners who are extremely dangerous, and so you can see from the way the people are in the prisons, you can see the normal how normal society behaves. For example, if you look at the hierarchy in prisons in America or in the UK, you will know the general population of the society, what's their mentality. So the prison population is an indication of the normal population. So look at the prisons to know what the people in the society are. So in the prison, people just stab each other, killing each other, being racist. There's so many problems in the prison. It's unbelievable. And the people in the solitary confinement are the most dangerous in the whole world. So they are so dangerous that if you let them loose today, if you let those solitary confinement people loose in the world outside on the streets, you will find that they will be killing thousands. So if you let them go. So, and also you have this thing called pedophiles in these prison systems. So you have all kinds of different like criteria for people, like so there's all these kinds of people in the prison, which is basically how the society also has the same kind of people in the society. So but I don't think that it's the same in Asia or in India. I would say it's different. The prisons in India are full of people who went into a passionate rage and killed someone when they were drunk, or they were fighting for their land, or they were in a dispute, or maybe there was some crime gang. Okay, gangs are pretty common. Crime gangs are pretty common, like drug dealing and things like that. That's a matter of survival. But I'm talking about general people who are doing crimes like pedophilia or things like aggression problems. Those are not survival problems. I'm talking about people here who have behavior problems, So behavioral problem is like the major problem of this system. Okay, in and of course they also have drug dealing crimes and things like that, survival crimes. So people who take the wrong side of the law and try to survive. So yeah, so there's some kind of behavioral problems which are particular to this kind of society, which I am talking about here. And that's the same thing. The behavioral problems, like they are more like a narcissistic personality disorder, gaslighting, borderline personality, having some emotional problems and not being able to process their emotions and trying to bully people, being aggressive to people, things like that, which can in the long run cause a lot of damage to the normal people in the society. So that's what I'm talking about. In the gym today, there was a lady who was trying to talk to me for some reason, and she was asking whether I was filming her. No, I was not filming on that side. I was filming on this side. Then she had no reason to talk to me, and I don't know why she talked to me. So I would prefer if she did not talk to me again. But yeah, then she brought her boyfriend on the other side, and then yeah, so that's gaslighting they do. Like they act like they're interested, or they try to flirt with you or something, or smiling. And then there was the black guy in the parking lot with the hot blonde girl. And yeah, they have all these mental problems. They try, it's some kind of a signal. They do some kind of signaling. They're trying to convey a message. Like they do it in it happens in like a sequence of events. It's not an isolated event. It happens in many. Yeah, and there was also a little bunch of guys who were like in their 20s, like very young ones. They were at the entrance of the gym, and then when I came and started standing here, they started standing right across me and still watching me. So they know I'm here. They know they are. Yeah, so there's that problem which I can't understand and don't know how to deal with these kind of people. It's more like a status battle. It's more like people trying to compete with you, and they do it in a very subtle way. Yeah, so that's maybe they are kind of okay. Anyway, I can't understand these kind of people who are doing these things, but that's what happened today. And for tomorrow, yeah, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do chest tomorrow. I'll come back and do my chest workout. And so after tomorrow's chest workout, I've got arms workout for Monday, and that's it. So that's it from me for today. It's now 58 minutes. I will end this talk and come back tomorrow. How am I feeling today? My feelings are not good. Feeling very weird and confused, and I'm still feeling like I'm not completed what I have to say. Still feel like I want to speak more. Don't know what it is. Like there's something which is missing. Like there's something yeah, there's a lot of negative things stuck inside me. I think I have to let them all out and start becoming more positive and focus on the positive things. Still, yeah, there's a lot of negativity inside me yet. So I'll try to go home and do some positive, bring some positive vibes, and do some reading about all those stuff. Okay, so yeah, it's not, I still don't feel like completing this talk, but that's it.